I'm not like, hey, look at me, you know, let me get a lot of attention. I get quite embarrassed by it, and that's something that Tammy really did. She threw her arms around everyone and is inspiring to see and to live every moment to the fullest in that way.
Tammy Faye, what'd you do?
Hello, Mother. This is Jim Baker, my husband. It's all part of our mission to help people. Anyone who's hurting or they feel like they've been left out, God has a plan for us.
What'd he tell you to do this time?
Jesus keeps a taking me higher and higher. Jim will preach, and I'll sing.
God does not want us to be poor.
The Bakers, their show, PTL, televangelism, the Christian right wing, the conservative party, the evangelical movement in our country take a shape, and actually in the early part of the 20th century, in the 1920s, was this idea of the prosperity doctrine, this idea that God doesn't want you to be poor. God wants you to be rich, He wants you to have things, He wants you to drive a car and have a big house and all of these things. And I think Tammy Faye Baker kind of represents a symbol of this divergence, where she just wanted to be a good Christian and had sort of very basic Christian beliefs of being a kind person, and Jerry Falwell, who was very powerful, very influential, sort of taking the movement in a very different direction, and Tammy Faye Baker was.
And all of these men with enormous power telling society that homosexuality is a cancer that is eating the culture and ruining the country. And during the AIDS epidemic, where so many people are dying and the government doesn't even want to talk about it, Tammy Faye goes on TV and to millions of her Christian followers, she looks into the camera and she reminds them what it means to be a Christian and what it means to be loving and what it means to be full of grace and to have faith.
She was making a name for herself and being on television and working and being a working mother and all of those things in the most restrictive, male-dominated, culture.
And so for me, it's an incredible thing what she did with her makeup. The more I was playing her and the more I was in the world, I just started to realize it wasn't a mask, it was a revealing. She's like, this is how I feel inside, and now I'm going to express myself on the outside. Most people, you do a movie about Tammy Faye, most people think you're going to make a movie about the makeup. That's what everyone talks about. I wanted to make a movie about the compassion. I think any kind of art form should push back against society, against expectation in terms of like what you're being fed, but also expectations for gender and race, class, sexual identification and preference. Any kind of art should push against what you think is even possible. And so that's what I try to do even with my filmmaking.